What are we good with?
Yeah, I think that means live. That
Wait,
means
we're live like now?
Yeah. Like in 2 minutes, just 2
know what
minutes
that
late. So we're live.
2 minutes late. Okay, welcome everybody. Apparently we're live as I'm being told. I got to mute my video. I did it again.
Did you?
There we go. All right, sorry, had to mute that. Welcome to Extra Sauce, as we call it, Sony After Hours Support. My name is Derek. With me is the other guy somewhere.
What's up, everybody? This is Larry. I'm right here.
There he is.
I'm right here.
A little bit of laggy going on there, but hopefully people can hear you okay. But yeah, so 2 minutes late. You were correct, Will. It was only partially. No, actually, it was more of a tech thing, but and we're not in the studio this time. So, but anyway, if you are new here, welcome. We're just going to hang out today. We've got about 27 minutes. We actually have a call that we have to attend at 2. We're going to do our. I know. I kind of feel bad about that, actually. A lot going on behind the scenes. But while you are here, feel free to ask some questions. We got a couple already, which we will get to in a moment. And let us know how things are going. How is everybody doing today? I know it's snowing in some parts by me. It's a little crazy, but hopefully everybody's doing well. And
some parts by me, it can't quite make up its mind what the weather wants to be. But yeah, it's all good.
How are you though, Larry?
I'm great now that my mustache is coming back.
Yeah.
My joke. I'm back.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell on this tiny
Mm-hmm.
screen. I'll have to wait for this to check it out after the fact. But yeah, that was fun. Like, can you record these videos for me? I made a mistake.
I can't be the only person that's accidentally shaved off their mustache. Like, I can't be the only person. Just saying. Anyway.
All right, but yes, put your comments in there, and we'll do our best to answer. Welcome everybody as well. We've got Michael Beckerman, Miguel, Ronan is back. Almost thinking I was going to be the one that was going to be late. I remember that. We've got Bram as well. Will, of course. I'll wait for the important questions. What to see? I see one, but we'll get to that. We will get to that. What
is
do
that
I hear
John
right now?
with all the notifications? John, is that you with all those
notifications? People can't hear that.
Oh, I don't think anybody else can hear. Wow.
I can't. How do I scroll back up to this top question? My chat wants to not do that. I'll just start with the first one up there. I can't even scroll to it for some reason, but I do vaguely remember it. Michael Beckerman had a question about how do you utilize dual center channel capability on the AZ7000. Now, I actually have not done that before, so I did have to do a little bit of checking because I wanted to make sure I had the right information. And it's actually pretty straightforward because actually a lot of the terminals on some of the more channel heavy options of AVRs, they can be configured in different ways. So in the case of the AZ5000 and the AZ7000 that offer the ability to use a true center 1 and center 2, but you'd have one below and one above the TV, you actually change your height to output to a center channel option. So that's how you would do center 2. So kind of cool. And there's all those support options, which I wasn't prepared to have that linked, but I'm sure John will probably try to find that link where you can actually walk through all the different options of how you can set up all your speakers in all sorts of crazy configurations and however you want. So
you could have just called me about the A7000. I had it for like 6 days, but it's okay.
And you memorized everything about it, right?
I know that height 2 is always like our pivot channel, right? Even in the lesser channels, it becomes the versatile reassigned channel that we often have. So yeah, but it's okay, man. You don't have to call me. It's all good.
I still don't know what this chat window is driving me nuts. Anyway, awesome. But yeah, if you have any questions, also I do want to say this too. If there are deeper questions, and I know I see some names in here of people that have emailed us as well. If you have a more intense question or concern, make sure you send us an email as well. Or if we don't get to your comment, which we intend to do it, definitely let us know. Call us out. Say, hey, you missed me in the comments, and I will reply to the best of my ability.
For sure.
All right. So the next one, Miguel, welcome. I have the Bravia 7 and it keeps disconnecting from my Wi-Fi network. To reconnect, I have to restart the TV and connect it again. Also, the Google Voice commands sometimes don't work when the TV is off. Obviously, first things first comes into making sure that you are updated with the firmware. And you may want to do it, even though you just do a normal power off, you may want to do a soft reset, which is just holding down the power button either on the remote or on the TV itself until it says restart, sort of like rebooting a computer. It won't change any of your settings or anything like that, and see if that makes a difference. If you do still have those concerns, I would reach out to Sony support. A lot of times, as I'm finding out that people might have some of these little issues that are kind of nagging, it's like, I'll live, but it still is kind of annoying. They'll let it go. And then it might become an issue. And then the warranty is like, ooh, we're floating away. And then it becomes a problem. I don't want you to run into that situation. So anytime you have any sort of an issue that can't be easily resolved and it comes back, make sure you contact Sony support, create a ticket. They have that kind of listed in the database of that. Larry wants to say something. Go ahead.
I do. I have a question. Miguel, I can't say it, but if you don't mind, if you can type into the chat, I know it's going to take a little bit for me to catch up with it to be able to respond to it, but we'll come back to this. But type in the chat who your internet service provider is and what router do you have? Do you use the modem router bundle that comes with or from the provider, or do you have a secondary? I'll explain my reason after that, but let us know that information. And Derek, we can circle back to this.
Yeah, sounds good. Cool. Yep. Awesome. Bram, I see your question, and but just put it out here so people kind of know the context. I want to ask here, and also to myself and Larry, do you have any more info on the audio delay that you've been experiencing with the AN1000 PS5 A95L combo? I do not have any updates on that because of the way that you are experiencing it. It's kind of the opposite of how most people experience a delay, if there is any sort of delay. It's where there's actually getting a delay from the AN1000. So like when paired up with like headphones or something, actually hearing it through the headphones first versus the AVR. It had the AV sync has been looked into as well, but still having the issue. So I haven't heard back. I know our TV team is very, very busy right now. So they're doing some traveling. So as soon as I get a little bit more, I should know. The good news is that I'll be hanging out with some of them in a couple of weeks, so they can't get away. So worst case, that's when, but sorry, I don't have an answer quite yet. I wish I did. But I did not forget about you. I actually have it written on a note. Where'd that one go? Right here. Oops, I almost ripped it. I did rip it, but I have a note with your name on it. Just ripped it. My bad.
It's all good. Yep, it's all good.
All right. Let's see.
Will Tech. Oh, sorry.
Well, where's he at? Oh,
right under Brams. Will, first question, most important. Why did you cancel last week? I demand answers. I was all set. It was canceled. I went into withdrawals. So
Larry, what happened?
So we had some conflicting things that popped up last minute. We were going to try to squeeze. I'm just going to be honest. We were going to try to squeeze in the show, but that's actually when I shaved off my mustache. And I was so embarrassed. I looked so weird. And my wife didn't do me any favors by like legit clowning me about how I looked. Yeah. So we allowed those other things that popped up that we normally would have given pushback on to keep true to us having this show. But we went ahead and let them happen. I'll say I did. I'll take the blame for it because Derek was ready to go. So I'm sorry. I looked real weird, man. I don't actually care, but
Pixar didn't happen kind of a thing, but John apparently has that, so we'll keep that for ransom. That'll come out in when needed. So choose your words carefully there, Larry.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, Miguel watching all the way from Madeira Island, Portugal. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Hopefully you get your situation resolved, but if not, feel free to send us an email. Yeah, he has a service provider in Portugal. So we're probably not familiar with, but
yeah. Let me, Miguel, let me explain to you what happens. And hopefully I can get this right. I know in the States, there's a known service provider whose all-in-one modem router creates this issue. It comes down to static and dynamic IP addresses. So what ends up happening is your TV is on, it's working perfectly, and it's connected to your access point. It has, at the time it's turned on, this this IP address. When you turn your TV off, it does not turn off. It goes into a low, it's a high efficiency or low energy standby mode, basically, so that the IoT or the network functions work. Some routers read that IP now as no longer being used, and it will take other devices that may be at or around and reassign that IP that was previously assigned to the TV to another device. That answers both of your situations. The same thing about how voice controls don't work when your TV is turned off. Well, the voice controls are all based upon the assignment of that IP address and its ability to be able to connect within the network. There are ways to go into your TV and set a static IP and then go into a router and basically assign it to that. So there's never any dynamicis, right, Derek? Did I say that right? I know it's your word. There's never any switching or changing of the assigned IP address so that your TV always remains connected to that access point. But there's several steps involved in there that are one part on the TV side, but the other part also on your router side. So if you need any assistance with that, a lot of that information is readily available online. But if you need any assistance with that, shoot us an email and I'll see if I can get a quick, concise how-to guide of how to set that up. So that's why that's happening.
That was a lot of information. Yeah, I'm a little impressed too. Wait, John, can they hear you? Did John set it up so they can? I'm gonna guess. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Nobody can hear you, John. Nobody can hear you. All right, so
look. Sometimes I actually know things, John. Okay, I just played them online. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Anyway. All right, where are we going? Let's see. CS Scott, welcome. Thanks for being here. When is the next firmware update for the Alt headphones? I hope they add speak to chat feature. Unfortunately, I don't know. I did look up to see when the last one was, which was in September, end of September, at least in the US region. I don't know if they anticipate to add that functionality. What's really weird, and this is actually I just want to bring this up at the moment. Speak to chat is one of those very dividing features where we'll have people review some of our other products that have it and say, this is the worst thing in the world. And then other people like, this is the greatest thing in the world. But
so true.
Some people kind of overthink the reason we have features like that is because it's there doesn't mean you have to use it. And I know that sounds weird and kind of like, I don't feel like I'm attacking anybody, but yeah, any of those features can be disabled within the app, but some people may not know that. But it is kind of cool to see like, that's a feature I want. I don't know if it's coming at any point in the future. And honestly, we don't really get a lot of heads up on firmware updates that aren't like, fixing something that's like a crazy thing or whatever. But yeah, I haven't heard anything, but a couple things to keep in mind. And actually, pull up an image of that real quick if I can. The support by Sony app, let's see if I can get an image of it, is actually super cool. Where is it? Oh, you have B-roll of it? Nice. I have it on 2 different phones, so they have different products listed, but I don't know what anybody can see, so I'm just gonna trust you. I hope that's okay. And it's let me just pull up just as an example. And it's not really working for me. Oh, it doesn't show the stuff I want to show. Oh, here we go. We'll do messages. Okay, so just on the Sony support app, you can kind of get an idea, hopefully, that it just gives you lists of information of, I don't know if people that's in focus, different stuff that is coming out or has changed, or new features you may not know about, or old features that you may not know about. And you can basically put in whatever models you own, and it'll send you a notification if you want. Say, hey, there's a new firmware available for whatever product it is. And then you can look at the notes and you can find out a little bit more about it. So if you're curious, you can check that out and see if that gives you the information that you want.
That's a good call. Speak to chat. You're right. It is a divisive topic, right? I think it's like when NFC was removed from our sound bars, right? Like there was this small group of people like, no, why did you take NFC off? And we're like, we didn't know you existed, right? I mean, because it wasn't really, we didn't know that it was being used so much. I mean, I use the heck out of it, but you know, those people that have fruit phones out there, unfortunately, that ability is not quite as readily available as someone that has an Android device that mostly all support NFC. That wasn't a shot. That's just the truth. So yeah.
There you go. We have Ivo3875. Big fan of Sony. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. And actually, because I haven't seen that name outside of Ivo, very familiar with Ivo, just to let everybody know, we are approaching our 100,000 subscriber sweepstakes next step, if you will. John's probably going to show the video that was very well edited, I must say. And so, yeah, if you are not subscribed,
are you going to give away an
Ivo? Wait, what?
Are you going to give away an Ivo? I mean, that segue. I'm like, is Derek getting ready to announce that we're giving away an Ivo?
I don't have the ability to do that, but there are a lot of really cool things on there that we will be giving away. So make sure you check out the video, see what is required to be a part of that. And obviously, even if you can't or choose to not be a full part of that, and you do support what we are doing, please subscribe and like, because honestly, that's what we show our bosses so that they can say, yeah, you don't need to be on that call. You can do your show because that's what people want you. That would be great, because we do have 10 minutes left to get into another call. So yeah, so I'll try to get through a lot of these questions that we can. I don't know. Let's see. RNA. Hey guys, thanks for the show. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here as well. Let's see. You see any that you want to grab? Others, I'm just going to go down the list.
Go down the list. I'm just responding to somebody in the chat. Sorry.
Okay. All good. I got it. Let's see.
You're used to this by now, right?
Yeah, I am. I sometimes I feel like I talk too much, and people are here for you too. So, you know, just saying.
Look, you think you talk too much because you and I speak so much during the day, and it's usually me running my mouth all the time. So that's probably why this feels weird. But no, you are.
I guess that's true. That's true. Let's see. So I'm going to throw this info at you, Larry, so you can do this networking magic that you do, because that's not my area. So Miguel had a little bit of info in here. I use a secondary router. It's connected to my service provider router. And on this one, I disconnected the Wi-Fi and only use the Wi-Fi of the secondary router. My router is a TP-Link Archer AX73. Not familiar with that one. But yeah, so
send me an email so I can do some digging on now that we have those specifics. And if you can provide that in the email as well, send me the specifics. Let me dig into it. Let me see if I can get a solution. If not, we'll start running it up to the engineers. But either way, I feel like we can get this resolved. So yeah, definitely send an email over on that, please.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we'll see what we can do for you.
Favor.
All right. RNA, and I hope I'm saying that right, because I apologize. I'm not the brightest tool in the cran box. But I've put off purchases of B7 until reflection handling and off-angle viewing is fixed. Will this year incorporate those improvements? I see what you're saying. So you are looking for more of an anti-glare and the X wide angle kind of thing, X anti-reflection, X wide angle. I don't know what's going to be happening this year in full, but you'll have to kind of wait and see what is new in at all and kind of decide there. That is a feature that is available on the Bravia 9. So I can say that, but I'll have to kind of wait and see. So let's see, Del Rey Tamayo. Hello guys, I'm going to be buying the Sony Ultwear headphones on March 7th, 2025. That is extremely specific. And I think that's awesome.
Is that a birthday or something? Sorry.
I mean, whatever that is, congratulations. And I hope you enjoy that day and enjoy them because they are fantastic.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Michael Beckerman says, has there been any guidance provided yet on when Sony might hold their 2025 TV launch, even on the web? Can we narrow it down to March or April yet? Any details on that yet at all? Nope.
Like, Mike, you know that we know. We just can't share. But by the end of the year.
There you go. Now, unfortunately, Larry has put that out there that by the end of the year.
If we answered that question, where would you guys go for other information once we're gone?
True. That's true, because we would be real quick. All right, let's see. Danny says, any news on the cause of peak brightness loss at A95L? Is it possible to restore via firmware? I remember that having come up, and that is another one of those questions along Bram's question I want to talk to the TV team about that I haven't gotten any clear information on. So we will follow up with that one as well. Let's make a note. Actually, I'll add that to the same note.
Keep me honest on that also, Derek, while I'm... Oh, yeah. I take that back. You'll probably be in a better position to get answers to that question than I will be this month.
Possibly, but it depends on what you got going on next week.
No, you'll. Yeah, if there was the proverbial horse's mouth, you would be right there in the barn. So,
gotta wait a couple weeks for that. All right. Let's see. We got a couple minutes here. We got to start wrapping up here. Michael Squires, I fixed an issue with my Bravia 7. It wouldn't turn on after being off overnight. Ooh, I had to pull power every day to get it to come back on. Thought it was a CEC issue. Turns out it was USB 3.0 to Ethernet. Interesting. Yep. Okay. It continues. Adapter I was using. Bought a different one and the issue went away. Hope this helps. No, that's good to know. People are often very unassuming of what things connected via USB can do to a lot of electronics. Because a lot of things sometimes, even just when they're in their booting phase, if there's certain code, it will try to pull something from that and make it get stuck or something like that. So thank you for sharing that. I do appreciate that. It's good to know. So I'll have to remember if other people are having issues, I'll share that. And that is thanks to you. So I appreciate you.
It's that level of additional information that helps us also get, to the bottom of some of the situation. So
yeah, no, that's great. And this is another part of why we want to do this is there are a lot of you out there that are determined to find answers, understand things, and really take the time because it's like, man, this is my stuff and it's got to work. And we kind of take that extra step. I don't have a Bravia 7, so I wouldn't be in a situation to try that. I have other models, but sometimes certain things might affect certain models, and you guys supporting us is fantastic, and we very, very much appreciate all of that. Shout out to Joey B back again. Good to see you. Let's see, Michael UK. Can my prime ministers break the encryption on my Sony A95L? I'm scared to turn on my neck band in case I hear them breathing. I'm not going to touch that one, so I'll let that go. Ranieri, hey, we got Ranieri in the house. Welcome, Luca. Good to see you back as well.
What's up, Luca?
Yes, Miguel's going to send an email. Let's see. Will we be attending CEDIA in 2025? I don't know. We were going to last year until things changed. What, like literally, we had booked, didn't we? We booked to go, and other things came up. We had to change it. So maybe. Yeah.
Our plan is to always be there unless something comes up that we have to redirect. So
yeah, I will say this. If you guys want to see us out and about and covering more of these shows and things like that, the more subscribers and the more comments, the more engagement we have, the more we can validate that as well. So that always helps us, because we would love to do that stuff too, and be there and meet you guys and talk to you guys and get some good content to share with you all as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's see.
We should probably rapid fire questions now.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. All right, Bram, guys, do you know if the InZone brand is being received well internally? Like, is it a success and hope more options come in the future? My understanding is yes. I haven't heard anything to oppose that. And we did just come out with a couple of new monitors just recently. At the end of last year.
And the new warranty.
Yeah, Larry can tell you all about it in a video.
New warranty coverage on the 10S OLED means that we're listening to what you all as consumers are looking for. So
Yep, absolutely. Cool. So before I rapid fire the rest of these, unfortunately, we do have to cut this one short due to needing to jump into calls for work, because this we don't really consider work, but it kind of is. But we do have some other things we got to get to. If we do not get to your questions, feel free to send us an email as well, or you can put in a comment after the live is over, and we can also reply to that as well. So just an FYI. Okay, let's see. Ronan says, my 50 Bravia 3 will randomly have no picture on apps and only audio. I have to hold the power button on the remote to restart to fix it. Any ideas? Again, I would start with firmware. I'm pretty sure you're probably up to date with that. If that does continue, I would suggest putting in a ticket with support so it is logged in case it becomes something different or it keeps going on. They need to get it repaired versus running out of time. So don't want you to get stuck with that.
Bravia 3 just got a firmware update. Bravia 3 just got a firmware update, I think, within like the last 3 weeks or so. So double check that. It's a good call out there.
Yeah, it's always good to double check just in case. Even if you have auto updates on, sometimes it may miss it. It's pretty rare, but I have actually seen it myself on one of my TVs in the past. Miguel has a new question. I bought the Sony Quad, waiting for it to arrive. Congratulations. I have the PS5 and a Sony Blu-ray player. Which one should I connect to the Quad HDMI, since I won't have any free HDMI on the TV? I mean, I'm just going to say my opinion, I'd go with the PS5 because it is a Blu-ray player as well. So you kind of have all of that all together in one. Just my recommendation, but ultimately it is up to you and what makes your life better.
Yep.
Cool. Will Tech says, thanks guys. Good luck in your next meeting. I'm just going to listen. I don't really have too much of a part to play, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Tell your bosses if they cancel these weekly shows, Will Tech will be knocking on corporate HQ demanding answers. I believe you would, and you have those hard-hitting questions. So yeah, I respect that.
Miguel quickly asked about 2 speaker stands for rear speakers. I can share with you in email what I have. I'm not able to make an official recommendation, but via email, when you email me about the other thing, I'll share that with you.
Yeah, cool. Audio Boy 2024 just popped in, and I see a question that came in here. Let's see. I'll get to Just Fraser in a moment. Is it normal for the Bravia Theater Quad control box to experience a clicking noise? I don't know, Larry, have you heard that? Because usually those are pretty small. I can't imagine they have a lot of those
I have mine
switches in them, but
right now I have mine wall mounted behind the Bravia 9, so I don't even have it on a piece of furniture. It's like in the worst possible place you could put it. No, it's not a flex. It's just it doesn't get open air, whatever space. Like it's literally crammed behind it, and I haven't experienced that. So that's something that you might want to check out through support for sure.
Let's see. Yeah, he had a follow-up. When I turn the Bravia Quad, I'm hearing a clicking sound, and then when the fan turns on occasionally, it will be clicking, however the sound. and whatnot is perfectly fine. So it's not affecting performance, but obviously it is. Here's what I would recommend. In my research of kind of trying to understand exactly what that stuff does, like why you hear those clicks in different electronic devices, it's electrical mechanical switches that prevent overloads and things like that. If it's happening during very specific actions, like when you first turn it on, it does one click and it's good, and then maybe it clicks when you turn it off, or sometimes even inputs. Weird to hear it happening on the quad, but if it's consistent in that, it should not be an issue. If it's doing it randomly, that could be an issue. If you are noticing that it is more random, then I would probably also get in contact with Sony support so you have a logged ticket of the incident as well, in case it becomes an issue in the future. And it does affect performance.
Yep. Could be. Yeah.
Could be.
Mozart's Ghost. Hey, did you guys ever try the MDR Z1R? If so, what do you think? I haven't. I've tried the MDR, what is it? The M1 and what did I try? M1 and MV1 are the two that I tested and love them. M1 replaces the 7060 and MV1, I think, is the open back, which those sound great also. We've loaned them to one of our editors and he's refused to give them back. So if that means anything, but the Z1R I have not experienced. So I'll see if I can pry around while I'm in San Diego.
Yep.
That's what I said. I said 7506. You didn't hear me?
John, you got to make it so people can hear you, because they're probably thinking that Larry's crazy right now. Because
John, what did I tell you about correcting me in public?
Literally talking to me. All right, so we got to wrap up because we got to hop. But I did just want to make a comment. SD, I saw your comment about the peak brightness and the A95L. It did come up. I do not have an answer. I will follow up, and I know somebody that I want to know about that is on here now. So we'll talk about that soon as well. I'll follow up with it. Joey B.
He's trying to get me fired. Joey's trying to get me fired.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, what season will the new 1000X series be slated to drop this year? I would say.
No, I'm not even going to hit him with the line, because Joey knows I almost got fired for mentioning seasonality of a product. Like, I got called on a conference call, like, so how long have you been dropping hints about this product? Kind of a thing. So nope.
Yeah. Oops.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Joey. I am not allowed to speak about unannounced or unconfirmed products. So no, not happening.
It's a good try. All right, we got to take off here. Let's see. There was Michael UK. I have not heard anything official on subscription for it, but I know that there's a lot of people that are asking about it, so we'll have to kind of wait and see. But great question. Another one I'll follow up with. But that's what we got. If we didn't get to your question, you feel free to email us, or you can put in a comment after the fact. Thank you all for being here. Like and subscribe. We always appreciate that. Thank you all. Our fans, our customers, all of you are absolutely fantastic to us. And special shout out as well to the community forum folks as well. Your support is absolutely awesome. We appreciate every single one of you. So that's it. We got to go. Be good to each other. Be well, be safe, be happy. And we'll see you next time.
Yep. Peace. See you guys.